Now, one of the things, for those of you familiar with the Whiskey Business Podcast, if you listened before, I usually start off the podcast with a monologue of sorts that pertains to the subject matter at hand for said podcast, be it the theme of the podcast or the guest on the podcast. And I was thinking, what would I do for that this evening? And what popped into my mind was firsts. I mean, this is the first installment of the premise. And it's the first time we've been on the upfront stage here at Shadowbox Live. And I started thinking about other firsts that you probably think of and remember as well. First loves, yes. First kiss, yes. First time you had sex, yes. First jobs. Yeah, right? Yeah, I remember my first job was in 1972. I was 13 years old, and I worked at the Broadway Grill for $1 an hour. I worked 5 days a week, 12 hours a day, and got paid $60 in cash under the table by the owner, and I was rich, goddammit, I was rich! Rich, I say! 13 years of age with $60, and I was flaunting it, baby, yeah. I go to Antonucci's grocery, see a pretty girl buying a quarter's worth of penny candy. Mr. Antonucci, that's on me, that's on me. And while you're at it, throw in a Mallow cup for the pretty little girl. And if you're laughing at Mallow cup, fuck, you're old, all right? You're old. I remember the first time I got paid as a headliner in a comedy club. I got $1,300 for the week for 7 shows, less than 8 hours of work. I'm rolling in it, baby. I was spreading it around like nobody's business. Walking into McDonald's and seeing a pretty lady up front, I go, that order's on me. And throw in a Shamrock Shake while you're at it. Yeah, I got it to burn. I remember my first contract at Sunny 95, the station that I used to work at, was for $40,000 a year. More money than I'd ever made in my entire life. I was amazed at how much money I was making. And the money went up, sir. It went up. It kept going up into the high 5 figures, eventually into the 6 figures. You're in a new tax bracket. What do you mean? What the fuck's a new tax bracket? I bought a house. I leased a new car, big screen TVs, and then last June, I left the radio station. And in July, there was no money. Or in August. In fact, for the last year, there's been no money. I have devoted my time and efforts to this podcast and other creative ventures, writing, films, etc., and I've made no money until tonight, here on the upfront stage at Shadowbox Live with a paid audience to see the premiere of the premise. And it's not lost on me that after we divvy up the proceeds and Shadowbox gets what they get and I pay what everybody else needs to get, that I'm going to walk out of here with $60 in cash, baby. I've come full circle. I'm rich, I tell you, rich. All right, are you guys ready to start the premise? Yes?
Wait, Dino.
What?
You can't leave us hanging. What about, the first time you had sex? Come on.
No.
Yeah,
Chip.
come on. You guys want to hear this, right?
How much time we got? We got 4 minutes. 4 minutes. 3 minutes and 30 seconds longer than it actually lasted. You people really want your $10 worth. All right. The first time I had sex, where I lost my virginity, where my man cherry was stolen. It's my story, bitch. Let me finish it. And I say bitch with all love and everything I can conjure up. When that happened, I was 14 years of age. Yes. My first job at 13, and lost my virginity at 14. I like to do things chronologically. I killed my first man at 15. That's a true story. But it happened on an island in Greece. And I lost it to an older young lady, a French girl who was, I believe, 18, but for the sake of legal reasons and the innocence of the story, let's say she was 17 and a half. And I saw her at a party 3 nights earlier from across the room, and as she was leaving the party, she came up to me, and she kissed me on the cheek and said in her little French accent, "You are so very cute." And with all due respect, I was fucking adorable at 14 years of age. I was very, very, very cute. But I was so flushed with excitement after that kiss that all I could do was bound around and say, "She said I was cute. She thinks I'm cute. I'm cute." And whatever was covering my big red nose popped off, and all the other reindeer made fun of me. Then later, I was down on the beach playing in the sand, and she walked up to me and said hello again, and I said hello, and she said, "Would you like to walk on the beach with me?" And I said, "Yes, I would." So I put away my trucks, and I was 14. Tonka still had a big influence in my life. And as we walked down the beach and became more and more isolated, she turned around and kissed me like I'd never been kissed before. And then she took off the top of her swimsuit to expose her naked breasts. And I kept saying to myself, I think I actually whispered it out loud, "They're real." Not like fake boobs, real boobs. I mean, that's the first time I saw boobs as a 14-year-old boy, and I go, "Oh, look, they're real. They really have them. It's not just like in the movies and pictures. Oh, my God." And then she started to take off my shirt and my shorts, and I became a 14-year-old version of Jerry Lewis. I'm like, lady, whoa, lady, what are you doing? Stop taking off the shirt and the shorts that's going over the hard penis." And then just like that, I was Dean Martin. Everybody loves somebody sometime. We walked on back afterwards. For some reason, I had a drink in one hand, a cigarette in another, and was wearing a tuxedo. What's everybody doing on my beach? Are you ready to start the premise now? There's your sex story, ladies and gentlemen. How about it? Yeah? All